Hey guys, and welcome back to the next video. Today we want to talk a bit more about the Warden and the possibilities how you can use him after the last update. With the new hero levels, he is doing a lot of damage, which means for this strategy you will need the level 40 Warden, or at least you need to be close at it. Which means this strategy is mainly for Tower 12, because otherwise you'll run out of time. There are a couple of possibilities on how to use this Warden Charge, Warden Funnel, but first to do that we are taking the new Warden skin. For this we need a couple of more points to unlock him, and as soon as we did that we're taking a look at the new strategy. First off, there was a small bug in the beginning of the Golden Pass where there were a couple of tiers where you could collect 15 builder potions or like 10 hero books or hero potions, which isn't possible because they're limited to 5 when you're collecting them. So what Supercell did, they added a couple of more tiers to make sure that they don't delete those additional items, because otherwise it was kind of their mistake, so they don't want to get rid of them for us. They just changed the tier system a little bit, added a couple of more. Normally the max tier is like at 2.6k, and they changed this completely to just adding a couple of more tiers. The Warden skin itself, I guess we have to talk a little bit about that, because I think there's so many people are right now, it's a huge discussion right now whether this skin is the complete worst or the complete best, because some people are saying they want Clash related skins, for example the Pekka King, the Valkyrie Queen, etc. On the other side we're having a couple of guys or girls saying that, well, they just want to have something different. They want to have a different visual effect on their hero skins than Clash of Clans, which this skin totally is. They have the boombox, even has the sound, like the music when he's getting deployed, so that's a new feature in that sense. I like it. I like the new idea, and at the same time, if we are looking into the future of Clash of Clans, if there are way more skins out there, then you can select pretty much your most favorite skin anyway. So I like the possibilities you have there. It will take some time to add up on skins. I hope there will be skins really soon on the shop, or for other achievements, for example for reaching Legend League, for reaching Champion 1 and the Clan War Leagues and other stuff. So that would be super cool if that would be added, because I'm just a huge skin fan in all of the games. But yeah, let's jump into the first attack. Take a look at the army. This is going to be a Pekka smash attack. I will show you later how to actually do Warden charges with, for example, Hawk Darters or Miners, which is possible. But this one is going to be a little extra touch for armies like Pekka smash, because nowadays you have sometimes you have a huge problem with Pekka smash. Inferno towers are getting more and more put on the outside of bases. For example, on this one, you have those Inferno towers really spread out, which means it's super tricky sometimes to actually reach all of the Inferno towers. For example, this would be a classic queen walk. You have the queen walking into the main squad, which would push into the town hall. On the other side, you have a funnel. And that's it. In the middle, another jump. But there's this one Inferno tower at the upper side, which you cannot reach. You won't reach it pretty much with your main squad. You won't reach it with the jump spell, etc. So it's a super annoying Inferno tower. And with this new possibility, it's super easy to get rid of those. First off, how do I came up with the strategy? Or in the end, I actually just saw it and I got attacked by a couple of the Asian top guys in the Legend League. That was the first time when I saw them, was like, what the heck is happening to my base? So I think there's a huge difference between average Pekka smash users and those Asian guys who are using Pekka smash and are at the top of the Legend League scoreboard at the end of the last season. They were actually insane with Pekka smash, using all the time really creative ways on how to get into your base with their army, because in the end they kind of use the same army as everyone else. Everyone can see their army and copy it, but at the same time it's really tricky to actually perform their hit. So what we are trying to do is, instead of the queen, we're using the Warden in the beginning for the Warden for the funnel walk pretty much. And with this we can get rid of the Inferno tower, because the Warden can reach over the wall which means we will do once again the same queen walk as you guys can see over here, or like the same warden walk. I have to remember to saying that correctly. And then as soon as the warden is staying over there, he can reach the Inferno Tower because he has a bigger range as the queen, so he can reach over the wall, which means as soon as the Inferno Tower is down, we can just place our main squad, and since that's how the warden works, he will join up with the main forces and goes into the base. With this, we don't really have to think anymore about the Inferno Tower because that's already cleared. Of course, we have to like take in consideration the time because that's always a super important thing. But I will do that attack in a second so you guys can see how that works in the end, how much time I will have left and what are the most important things. At the same time, right now I like a lot when you're not using a ram for Pekka Smash, just use jump spells and a slammer backhand. I don't know, I feel like that's a bit more stronger in general, but I guess it's once again base dependent. At the same time, you see a lot of the top players using loons in their CC because they're normally trying to use the slammer. If they have to switch pretty much in the attack to a ram, they still have those loons in. They're not too bad either because, for example, you can use them perfectly to take out the town hall in front of your main squad. At the same time, soak up black mines for your healers, so your healers won't die at all, which is always a nice thing for Pekka Smash. Like I said, we'll later, like in a couple of days, we'll talk about other strategies, how to use those Warden Charges as well. But for this one, let's take a first look at the new funnel strategy, I would say. So we're using the Warden really early, and then you're trying to support him pretty much with as many troops you can actually use. For example, on this one, we're trying to use our Warden in the beginning. After that, we are sniping the right side Archer Tower just to make sure, because Archer Tower is gone and we can use a wizard to actually take care of those other buildings. By the way, since this is pre-recorded, I know there are the new wizards out there. We'll take a look at those in one of the next videos, but for now we have to use the old ones. There's no difference in using the new ones, so if you want to use those, it's totally fine anyways as well. They're super strong, so you should probably use the new ones. What we are doing is we use early rage just to make sure that our warden is actually going or getting through all of the stuff really quickly, because otherwise we will have huge issues with the time. As soon as that's done, we are using our healers because the warden is taking damage, and then it's from now on pretty much a warden charge. At the same time, what we try to do is trying to get rid of most of the point defenses at this spot and of the Inferno Tower. As soon as that's done, we're ready to go because the Inferno Tower is nearly down, so we're starting off with the king and a Pekka to funnel. Warden's joining up with a big squad, and now we can use all of our Pekka. We can use the jump spell. We have one rage spell left, which we should use to get through the first tunnel. Not the first one, but just to make sure that the tunnel is going fast quickly, and then we can use the Warden ability, place the next jump spell. We have still a freeze spell and a haste spell left. The haste spell is always for the loons. Then we are using the slammer for the next Inferno Tower. And even if there are any black mines or whatsoever, we have the haste spell. So even if the slammer dies, there's no problem. Then we have a couple of more loons left just to snipe the outside buildings. Since we did not need the baby dragon for funnel or anything, we can use the baby dragon backend as well. And you can see we have so many troops alive. We don't have to care about the Inferno Tower at the top at all because the warden took care of that. And there are so many troops alive. We have the loons alive. We're just freezing for the loons just to make sure that most of the loons are still surviving. And that's basically it. That's how to triple with the new, it's kind of a new strategy with the new touch, I would say. I like that the last changes had like so much impact actually on the gameplay. You see those warden charges appearing. You are seeing so many different strategies. Pekka Smash right now is still super strong. At the same time, we have those super strong strategies like Queen Charge Lalo, Queen Charge Hawkrat, Queen Charge Miner, Sui Lalo, Mass Hawkrat. So many strategies right now. So as an attacker, it's like the perfect world pretty much. But as a base defender, it's pretty hard. So let's see how many good bases we can build. I will probably show you guys a couple of good bases in the near future as well. But for now, that was the attack strategy I wanted to show you guys. I hope you guys liked it because, like I said, if you're using Pekka Smash, you should try that for sure. Right now I think it's super strong, especially like I said, if you see an opener like this in a base, you should try that because you can't really defend against that. As soon as you're not doing the CC, you're pretty good to go. You don't want to approach any of the other heroes, like the defensive heroes, because that would hurt. So that's basically it you have to watch out for, and not that many bases try to defend that. So it should be pretty easy for you. I hope you guys have good luck with that. We'll see you in the next one, and bye bye.